day in the month of June. A few days from now, we get to half of June, and before you know it, June is going and it's gone. What are you still waiting for? Are you still procrastinating? Are you still waiting for I will? When we started the year, we told you this year is not a time for procrastination. It's a time to move. Whatever the Lord has laid in your heart, whatever it is you want to do it, get moving. There is no delay. Okay, it's another beautiful time to learn, to understand, to know what family is all about. We used to say family is the bedrock of every society. And of course, we cannot be talking about family without a complete holistic health plan for families. That's why our Thursdays are dedicated to our health. So we talk about things that happen to us as individuals, as families. You need to be strong for your family. On that note, I welcome you to Family and Values. Thank you for being our guest. We are streaming across all our social media platforms. Please download the Galaxy mobile app so that you can watch us on the go. My name still remains Joy Abu. Like I used to say, when you see these beautiful faces on your screen, it's time for Family and Values. Today, we are all fitted because, of course, we used to come from the gym into the studio. Okay, that's the lighter one. We have a Lori seated also. For some reason, we want almost the same, but no, let me know. Welcome to the show.
Someone just like doing a fashion, she wants to be a fashion reporter, so don't just mind her. Okay, it's a beautiful day, and each day you are given life, be grateful. Each day you are given life, be grateful. You are given another chance to start over. So whatever it is that you could not achieve, accomplish, or fulfill regarding yesterday, it's another time for you to be able to accomplish it. So do that and all will come out better because you have something that is telling you at the back of your mind. You have done well. Okay, my name is Sirimenu Luriadojokiatobi David. I hope you had a splendid night and your family is doing healthy, looking well, and healthy. Now, I hope you know there's an outbreak when it comes to cholera, stomach flu. Please be on the lookout. Wash your hands. We're told how to wash our hands. Wash it thoroughly, properly under the water. Make sure you clean it properly before you put anything in your mouth. And as much as possible, don't try to share a spoon with anyone. Try and get your own. If possible, get a plastic spoon, put it in your bag. Even when you get to, like Joy was saying something about that last week, all these food vendors, selling their food very close to the drench where you have dirt and all that. Please be on the lookout. Wash thoroughly, clean your hands properly, and do the hygienical thing, especially with our children. It's very important. Let them know all these things. Don't just do it for them. Tell them why you are doing it and what is the repercussion if they are not doing it, because you are not going to be there all the time. So welcome for the program.
Because they are not going to be there all the time. It's important. I think it has to do with the fact that the rains are here, and then
it's so sad.
People just ignore certain things. We've been shouting it here on the show. Do not pour your dirt into the drainage. Put them properly. It's all those things.
This is the consequences.
It's the consequences of our bad deeds that is happening to us right now, But then be careful out there. Like Lori has said, wash your hands. Do everything possible to protect yourself. On that note, let's go on our mini feature because our Zoom guest will be on standby pretty soon to join this conversation. We'll see you on the other side. Back, yes, you heard from the mini feature. You would understand we are talking about bad breath. You see, this particular topic, it's important we discuss it because I see no reason why you're in the bus or you're on your way to work and as early as 6 a.m. somebody's telling you good morning inside the same vehicle and you can't even respond. Like, you literally have to hold your breath, for a while. Like, for some of us that like sitting by the window, so we just put our face and we're receiving the fresh air. I don't understand. Why would somebody not be conscious about the person's oral health? Olori, do you have an answer to that? Like, I don't understand.
Sometimes it will not be their fault. It's not always fault of the particular victim or the person actually. sometimes they don't know.
They don't know, right?
So, sometimes when we look at certain situations around us, we need someone to let us know this is what you're going through and this is how you can actually get, yourself out of it.
Okay.
So let's start on that note.
It's all right. Okay. How you can always get yourself out of it. We decided to bring this topic because let's talk about it. Let's hear from the medical aspect of it. Let's know. For some of you that feel you don't have a problem, well, somebody will just tell you have a bad breath and you're getting angry. They could be underlying causes that you really need to check it, especially when you're conscious of your oral hygiene. So we have our medical doctor in the he'll be joining us via Zoom. He is Dr. Emmanuel Onyinyechi. He is very, very conversant with us on family and values. Of course, if you're used to our Healthy Thursdays, you know that he's one doctor that is always on standby for us. He'll be joining us via Zoom from Surulere. He is the medical director of Waterfalls Hospital. Good morning, Dr. Emmanuel. We've missed your face. Good morning.
It's so good to see you this morning.
We've missed your face. You just gave us a break. I don't understand, doctor.
You look so different this morning.
So different.
I love the fact that you're having a polo shirt on and it's looking so cool with the white background.
Doctor, it's like you went to the gym today. It's like you've been working out.
It's so good to have you this morning.
Okay, doctor, we are talking about bad breath. Thank you very much. We are having this conversation, bad breath. Now, of course, I'm sure you have patients that will come to you and you're literally using nose masks and you're like, okay, I can hear you. I am listening to you. Maybe because of whatever it is coming out from the mouth. Now, generally, what can we say causes bad breath? What is this bad breath all about? What for people who do not really see it as anything? Somebody say, but why are they discussing? It's something we really need to talk about. So what are the underlying causes of bad breath?
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. So bad breath is a serious concern. It's a public health matter. So it's supposed to be in the front burner. It's good for it to be discussed when it's simply unpleasant odor coming from someone's mouth or buccal cavity. So foul smelling, unpleasant odor. And I had when you were getting said, when your colleague said that sometimes they don't know. That is true. Sometimes actually the person may not know, he's used to the mouth flora. So you'll be amazed because it's like a natural habitat. So the person may not even know what is going on. So sometimes they also get offended when they are told, but people should not be offended when they are being helped, because sometimes it's better that you are helped than when it causes you to lose something like a job opportunity or relationship. Someone can lose a relationship on a first date, or all the hype, everything, just bad breath, or lose the opportunity to be employed. So it's supposed to be given the attention it is being given. Talking about the causes, there can be immediate causes or temporal causes, like when somebody eats certain kinds of food that has ginger, onion. Those ones can be temporal. So they are not persistent. So you eat for maybe you meet somebody that just finished eating some minutes ago, and the person goes when he's talking, the whole thing comes at you. Those ones can be temporary. Just know that this person just finished eating. That is why it's like that. But there are people who, whether they just finish eating or not, they just consistently produce that foul smell odor from their mouth. So those words can now be something immediately in the mouth, either the gum infection, teeth problem, what we call sinusitis. Sinusitis are all those openings that connect the mouth and the nose, some of them to the ear, all those openings up there. if there's infection around it, bacteria multiplying inside those sinuses, definitely going to be producing foul smell. So you just be wondering why.
Okay.
The sinuses.
Okay, I think doctor is trying to work on his connection, and I'm just praying that the network is stable, because we really need to understand and know from the medical aspect what bad breath is all about. Hello, doctor. Are you back with us?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry for the
Okay.
network issues.
Okay.
So it can range from something locally happening in the mouth to other from so you consider everything in the mouth that can cause it, like the teeth that infects it. If there are issues with the teeth, if someone is using artificial teeth like dentures that are those things that has a collection of teeth, and they are not washing it, got to be washed and inserted back maybe every night or every morning. If someone is using dentures and he's just leaving it there, I think he has like a normal teeth, it can trap food particles, bacteria multiplies there and causes smell. If someone has a wound in the gum disease, or in the lips, or in the roof of the mouth, even on the tongue, all those things that can help bacteria to multiply, it will cause bad breath. Yeah, like I said, the sinuses, if there are infections there, the tonsil are those long red things you see when you open your mouth widely, hanging loosely there. If they are infected, they can also cause it, and it goes down even to the throat, to the I think it's coming from the chest up, or so if there are things going on in the abdomen, the stomach, gases that are produced, that's why I think people keep belching. When they belch, they bring one kind of there's one kind of odor that is repugnant. So that is how the extent to which it can go. So it can start locally from the mouth and extends into even to the upper part of the abdomen, things that are produced there. So all those are some of the things that, beyond the ones I say that have to do with food, are some of the things that can cause bad breath.
Okay, doctor, thank you for putting that explanation across to us. It was well received. Now, I want to find out, in the course of trying to help someone who has bad breath, how can we help this person? What can we do to make it easy for this person to follow through? You know, a treatment, certain steps, procedures. Is it something that can be done medically, or something that need to be done, you know, by following certain steps every day of this person to change the atmosphere of the bad breath?
Yeah, although some of them may be a bit stubborn, however, a lot can be done. But the first step is for the person to accept, because oftentimes people just like they are like common things like snoring. Somebody, you can see people that they will deny that they don't snore until you record the snore. When the person is sleeping, you record it, and the person wakes up and they see you. You know, so those are the things that people deny. Some of those things. It's also similar to people who have body odor, like they also say. So then they don't know. I recall an experience where I employed a staff. Each time the staff comes to my office, the atmosphere changes, the odor just becomes unpleasant. So how do I help this staff? Because people have their ego and the rest, you must also know how to communicate such things to them. So what I did was just simply to buy a deodorant body spray also, and offered it as a gift. I gave it, and I told her that I noticed that each time she comes to the office, I said maybe because you sweat a lot, or because, so I tried to pad it, but I communicated it properly. and make sure she got the point. So that gift means that I'm willing to go extra mile to help you solve the problem. It's not to be a stigma. Some people make it a stigma as people they have bad breath, they now make it a stigma. No. There are few ways we communicate in showing genuine concern. So after I gave it to her, subsequently she bought by herself, and that was the end of that unpleasant each time she enters my office. And up till now, I mean, so that is the same thing. There is a way we can communicate with people. Communicate with empathy, to understand, because they know you mean well. It's beyond them around you. It is about going to the public and getting embarrassed. So when you take that first step, that's the first step to cure or something in that way. Other ones will now be to ensure that the people are, if they even brush regularly, because some people, for some reason, they may not be brushing, you'll be amazed. So you'll be able to now go through that process. Do you brush at least twice a day? I know that a lot of people do once, although we teach twice. But people who have bad breath, they must, out of necessity, brush twice a day. 2 minutes. Remember what we say when we talked about caring for our teeth. Some of those things we say, you brush twice a day. The rule of 2 by 2. You brush twice a day. Each time you spend a minimum of 2 minutes brushing, so that those fluoride containing toothpaste can penetrate the root, the gum, the teeth, the tongue, and be able to, because fluoride is antibacterial. It's supposed to kill. What causes some of this is the bacteria multiplying. So people should brush twice a day. They do flossing of the teeth, another, and dentures are cleaned every night or every morning. So that basic one should be taken care of. And then if there are wounds in the gum, if there are wounds anywhere, they should be given attention, and then the wounds are properly treated. So when those initial things are there, you can be surprised how someone is having a bad breath just because he has a denture, and he didn't know. He just wears a denture that is not clean regularly. So that can just remove the bad breath, or that the person is not careful to brush the tongues. Bad breath actually comes more from the tongue, more than even the teeth. So now if you are brush the tongue, So those are some of the things. And then other ones can now be taken up medically. The person has problems with their gut that produces gas. When we run some tests, we know those bacteria that produces all those gas, and they are treated. So those are some of the things that can be done. So regular mouth brush and hygiene of oral cavity.
Okay, doctor. I want to ask, when we talk about brushing, and yes, we teach our kids, even the kids, brush morning and brush at night. Now, when is it proper to brush at night? Of course, early in the morning, that once you wake up, you gargle water, the next thing you should do is brush. But then before bedtime, some people will say the moment you finish your last meal, brush. Some will say, okay, when you're sure you're not going to have anything again to eat, you brush. Some will say, so when is it proper to have your last brush before bedtime? When is the right time to have your second brushing? And to add to that question, some people brush more than once. By the time they use the first brush and toothpaste, they'll brush and then use another one. Like I've seen someone that will apply paste like 3 times and brush, and I'm like, isn't that too much? So when is it proper to have your last brush, and when is the right profession for brushing?
Yeah, that's a good question. So brushing with multiple paste does not confer any additional benefit. It's just a waste of paste. People who are buying the toothpaste will not be happy with someone who goes there and they're pressing
like how much is your
toothpaste because of the economy. So a single brush of 2 minutes minimum.
Okay.
Ah, that's so please. We need that.
Okay, it's frozen.
Yeah,
Brushing
I think it's
appropriately.
okay.
Remember, we
It's back.
somehow when we taught people how to brush in the stroke, the movie should go. So, 2 minutes.
Oh, network, please. We need doctor to really answer that question because it will help a lot of
Whether
people out there.
you use your toothbrush and your paste, you use 1 hour to brush. It's just a waste of time.
It's just a waste of time. So some people
You are fighting, your teeth and your gums. You can even hurt yourself in the process. Sincerely, because you don't need to use all the fist and all the energy.
Hello, doctor.
Is back.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you are in order. So so that's true. You don't need to enjoy yourself in the name of brushes. It's a gentle exercise, and the important thing is to know how to go.
Yeah.
Strokes to go. So that's it about those. I think what we're discussing is now that treatment.
Yes.
Then you ask about when you should brush in the night.
Yes.
So it's best after the last meal. So, but if someone eats and then last meal means that you have finished eating for the night, so you
For
want
the
to
day.
go and sleep. But if you are going to eat more things, you have broken the rule. So it's just best after eating whatever you are eating last. Then you now brush because the idea is that you do not want particles of food. That's just the reason. Particles of food will remain because if they are there and then in the night the mouth does not move. When the mouth is moving, air enters. But if the mouth is not moving, that is the best time for all the germs to multiply. So if there are no particles there, germs will not have anything to multiply. So it's best after the last meal, in essence, after whatever you want to eat. After brushing, you do not need to go eating again. And but for people who have bad breath, they can be allowed to brush more than twice. That means even if you work in the office, sometimes they say you have a brush in the office after eating, you can also brush. So there is a special case where they can have brushed more than once, more than twice. For people who have particularly bad breath. So it's now looking like it's a treatment more than the old thing.
Okay, doctor, let's quickly go on a word of marvel and listen to what our viewers have to say concerning this topic. We'll be right back. Doctor is still going to be on standby. We'll see you on the other side.
I won't be bold enough to tell the person directly because they might see it as an insult, but I can tell him indirectly. Maybe I'll just make up one story about somebody somewhere, that has mouth odor, and I'll highlight the whole thing so that it will be very obvious that okay, I hate guys with mouth odor. You understand? You just make you feel just they repeat the story. You don't understand. Just the letter and not seeing it. Now, if they smart enough, you will get the info. Say okay, mouth odor. Because normally, you might get mouth odor. You're supposed to say your mouth is smelling for you.
So it is that you're just letting us say, guy, you need to go and shower, to go and take a bit. At least you can go outside and say something's going on. So and then you put it share. As if like this, I'm not going to hide them. You get mouth odor, you go, no, my behavior will tell you already. So I go tell you if I say get mouth odor, guy, they try brush, I beg.
This one is a very difficult question. Even me, as I'm talking to you, I have one. So you don't need to tell somebody that the person is having a mouth odor. The person himself is supposed to know now. Like me now, I know, and I see how people react when I'm talking. So from there, I will know. I don't need somebody to tell me.
No, I'm not going to tell that now. That's not possible now.
It's a very difficult process. So, if the person does not know and you want to tell him, since the person is your friend, they say a friend in need is a friend indeed. So you find a way to tell your friend that your friend will not be offended as you are trying to explain to him. So that's the importance of friend. Friend is like a family.
Like we have been discussing bad breath, of course, which has become a health hazard, very concerned to everyone, because at some point you come across people, especially early morning. You know, that's where my worry is. You're coming out of your house. You're supposed to be conscious of your oral hygiene. And now I'm talking about those who just deliberately. I'm not talking about those who have underlying ailments that is causing this issue. I'm talking of those who are not just conscious of their oral health. We have those that, due to underlying ailments, they have that issue. So which doctor is still going to talk about that class of people? But you know, waking up in the morning and you've not brushed and you're going to mix with people, come on, it's not right, you know. Doctor, are you still there with us? Hello, doctor. Okay.
So doctor, thank you for standing by. Right now, I want to ask you this question. Is it possible that people in this kind of situation have internal problem, something in their system, apart from what they chew? Maybe internally, maybe our intestine or something has issues medically. Is there any reason for one to be worried that maybe something is wrong with me inside and it's projecting smell, you know, from my mouth? Because that's the only place you can easily express yourself, open and close, open and close. Another question I want to ask is this: in the process of using toothbrush and a paste, is it also possible for you to use a mouthwash to have a consistent fresh breath? Some do use mint gums when you have bad breath. Some use a spray. I know there's a spray you can use, to give you a fresh breath, so that by the time you open your mouth, the freshness comes out. So I have two questions in one. One is it possible for one to have a medical issue internally that is projecting the smell from the inside outside, that you need to go and check yourself? Or can we use, instead of doing the toothbrush in the morning, toothbrush in the night, to use a mouthwash in between the day and also before going to bed?
Okay, thank you very much for those important questions. Yes, beyond the buccal cavity, that means the mouth, there can be some kind of bad breath that will come from the gut. Gut is the when you talk about the intestine that you mentioned, so especially the upper part. So some people, for some reason, have some germs, some bacteria that produces gas a lot. So those gas that are naturally gas will travel up. Some of them will move up and then come out, just the similar way that people belt and they produce gas. Some people, notice that they belt a lot more. That is a condition. It's not the regular belching that people belch after food. So if there is a condition that is causing so much gas production, and those gas are not particularly pleasant smelling. So when it's like that, when the people come, we begin to ask some of those questions. Do you have heartburn? Some people even have regular heartburn or pain in the chest. Some of those things are indications that there's something going on that's producing all those gas. So yes, some people have what we call dyspepsia. They have that discomfort or burning sensation around their upper abdomen and chest. They are treated. That one is also there. In addition to some of the ones I've highlighted about the teeth, the gum, the tonsils, the tongue, even those openings that connect the nose and the mouth that we call sinuses. Those openings around there, some people have infections there, and through it, that can warrant seeing a doctor, But the order is usually to see dentist first, and then will now take it from there. Dentists will do their own, and then if it goes beyond what's going on around the oral cavity, of course, we now extend that here. And then yes, there is a place for mouthwash. There are a variety of them that are also very useful, both for mouth odor or bad breath, and some of those injuries, wounds. Some people have wounds in their gum, wounds in their lips. So by the time they use So, but it cannot be substituted. So mouthwash is used, say, to in addition to, because the question you asked appeared as though if you don't brush, you can use mouthwash. No, mouthwash has its own role, but brushing definitely cannot, you can't substitute it. So you brush twice a day, especially for those people who have that tendency to have that or we are concerned about. And then they now use mouthwash in between. There's a place for mouthwash in oral hygiene. It's useful. So they gargle it, and those are all complementary to brushing.
Thank you for that clarity, sir. Thank you for the clarity. I needed that for our viewers.
Doctor, we see a variety of toothpaste in the market. A lot of it. Some will tell you, okay, and this one has antibiotics. There are a lot of brands out there. Now, for someone who has serious bad breath and is looking out for the one to buy. In fact, in the course of this research, I discovered that when you look at the bottom of toothpaste, you're always seeing white, black, and I discovered that each of those things stand for, I think, the level of the level of chemicals that is represented in each of them. So now, which would you advise one that has serious bad breath to go for? Is it the one that is herbal? Is it the one that has less chemicals? Is it the one that is full of, there's some that is, okay, this one a child below 6 years cannot use. This one a child below 1 year cannot use. So which would you advise one with serious bad breath condition to actually look out for when you're looking out for toothpaste in the market to buy, with a lot of brands available?
I want to add to that, doctor. Is it also possible for you, in the process of answering this question, to give us the amount of chloride that should be in a particular toothpaste that we should use, we should look out for, so that we can actually know which one, the percentage that is this and that? Can you just give us analysis on that, so that we can always look out for that, and our viewers?
Okay, so thank you very much. The fine details about the percentage of fluoride is best dealt with by dentists because they are the ones that regulate dental fluoride, and so that's why you see when they do advert, they say approved by Nigerian Dental Association or American Dental. So so we will leave the fine details of the percentage for them. However, we will all educate on what is okay for general public. Fluoride containing toothpaste still remains the toothpaste of choice, irrespective of the brand, because fluoride is antibacterial, and the problem outside other things like fungi and the rest, the major cause of the problems in the oral cavity is bacteria. So fluoride containing toothpaste, maybe it is herbal. Does it have fluoride? Because everything can be called herbal, but it is processed. There are chemicals that it has. So it must have fluoride, otherwise it will not achieve so much when it comes to bad breath. Because bad breath it has a link with bacteria and the rest. So those just has to be killed. However, the toothpaste industry has evolved over time to go beyond bad breath and all those things, to even teeth whitening, fresh breath. So they now offer you like something you want. So those are marketing strategies. So the primary reason for toothpaste actually is to have a fresh breath, and then to have a mouth that is not infected by germs. That's why fluoride is there. So you now have fluoride containing toothpaste. So all the other things about teeth whitening, about strong, they now add calcium for strong teeth, and they are wonderful. And again, children have their own, because of like the percentage that you mentioned, there is a certain percentage of fluoride that should not be in the one that children use. So those fine details, like I said, can be better given by dentists. So, but the general rule is fluoride containing toothpaste, and then So most of the toothpaste that are approved by Nigerian Dental Association are and NAFDAC, of course, all those other Standard Organization of Nigeria, NAFDAC, most of them are expected to be okay. So what now matters is the habit. Are people brushing the way they ought to brush? Are they brushing regularly? Like you say, people wake up in the morning, they just run into bus, they don't brush. They are just trying to catch up because of hold up or traffic or getting there early. They care less about personal hygiene. That's even the more problem. So even the what you can describe as the list of toothpaste used properly, you'll be amazed that it can give the result that is basically needed, except those ones that have underlying illness or disease that now require special attention.
Doctor, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
I want to ask this final question. On a norm, when you keep your mouth shut for too long and you're about to open it, you tend to have a bad breath, especially if you have not talked for quite some time and you've not had anything to eat, which is a norm, you know. What do you think that people should do to always have a best or better way to, you know, open their mouth and talk to people? That's my final question. Because some would say, but I brush my mouth, you know, I do it twice a day and everything. But there are certain things you also need to, you know, put in place while we are trying to avoid bad breath. So can you help with what we should do, especially when we're about to open our mouth? There are stylish shows we can do that. Can you help us with that, sir?
So that's a good one, a good question also. And on the, I mean, as we're asking it, I was just reflecting that is why we should also show some empathy. Instead of outrightly stigmatizing someone that has bad breath, you know that I can be in that shoe. You know what I mean? Yes,
yes,
I'm just finished eating, and maybe you like ginger or onion and all that, and you are carrying away the truth still remains that you may not even know that such a thing is oozing out. And you are just trying to catch up with someone you've not seen for long, and the thing just goes whack. The person goes down there, you know. So that ability for you to remember that this can happen to me, it helps you to be able to relate with people better and not being overly angry or trying to put someone down, because it might just be a temporary thing. And truly, if the mouth is shut for a long time, it gives it's a breathing ground for that bad breath. So that is why people are advised normally not to close their mouth for long. If you are not talking, you can chew sugarless gum. For people who have issue with sugar, there are some gums that are not too sugary. They are and also minty gums, like you say, they have a way. So it's good that the mouth is moving, and when the mouth is moving, it will be wet. The saliva is, and you know, saliva has antibacterial and all that. So saliva is coming out and it helps. So in the event that one has shut the mouth for some time, when you want to talk, you don't talk facing someone directly. That is so I can communicate with you. Then if I'm conscious, I will give you a bit of distance. So I know that there's a distance to which that air can travel, and I will not talk with so much force. So you start gradually conversing. As the mouth is moving, those initial bad breath will escape, since it's not something that is with that person, it's just circumstantial, because you have not spoken, either you dozed off or you didn't have much to do and you were just calm and someone comes. So you keep some distance to speak or speak facing another direction until it normalizes. But it's something that can happen to anyone.
Thank you so much.
Okay, doctor, while we let you go, I want you to answer this question, which is a concern to help to people out there. How can we identify our bad breath? How do I know I have a bad breath? You know, some people will say, I just need to breathe into my hands. And then some people say, no. So how do I know? How do the viewers know that they have a bad breath? Is that what are the techniques one can stylishly do, you know, to now easily sniff and say, okay, I think I have a bad breath. So how do we identify that?
Yes, anyway, I've seen a lot of people also try to breathe into their hand, like you say, it may work. I think so because people break out and
Ah, let's work. Okay.
But it's best.
I think doctor's network
His
his network is really.
Okay.
Hello,
So,
Doctor.
yeah,
Okay.
network
Okay.
fluctuation.
Please.
So yes, as I was saying, so beyond doing it for yourself, you can also use people to assess. At least, if it's someone that has a spouse, that is where those are the things you can help your spouse within, without the person feeling offended. I mean, so someone that you lie with on the bed every day, every morning, we know. So that sincere, honest feedback is very, very important because we are there to prepare ourselves for the public. So people, spouse, children, close friends can help someone. And then by mere observation, someone can also observe that each time we are speaking, it looks like people withdraw or they change their face. You don't want it to do that level, but again, it's also a feedback. So when someone is conscious of all that, he begins to now use that feedback to solve the problem.
Thank you very, very much, Doctor. It's good to have you. Good to see you again after giving us break
one
for
day
a
we'll
while.
carry our camera, come
wow.
and through Larry.
One day. Are you saying camera? We will bring private jets to lift to just come and say, Doctor, enter the helicopter. We want you in the studio live. Thank you very much for always answering us each time we call you.
Thank you for always being there.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful day.
Beautiful day. Thank you.
Okay, so
all right.
Like we're saying, bad breath, it's not the end of it. That's just it. It's not the end of the world. It's just that you need to smell nice. You need to speak well, that people will be ready and willing to listen to you. And it's not because sometimes, you don't even have something. Your speech may not even be the best, but when you open your mouth to speak, people want to listen because of the beautiful breath that will come out of your mouth. Even the mic will love to be close to you. I'm telling you, it's always sweet. We're not here to bring anyone down, to castigate anyone, but I know deep down inside me, it is not something many want to have. It's not something that many love to hear. But the truth is, we can always take good care of ourselves and work to get the results that we don't have a bad breath, because even your spouse may not be convenient and comfortable having
and for those that smoke a lot, like
you're talking about smoke. Wait, smoke is one thing. Those that drink.
Now I'm coming to that
early
combination.
In the morning.
You wake up, you've not brushed. I've seen someone that would deliberately wake up and first thing you're doing is smoking and drinking, and then even when you later brush, you see that smoking and drinking because it's early morning. It destabilizes one. Let's be sincere. You see, bad breath destabilizes when you come into an environment, somebody just oozes at you. It takes a while for you to regain yourself and then develop that composure to start talking back to the person.
No, I'm not here to say smokers.
For those that smoke,
smokers are liable to die young. So it's your life, it's your heart, it's your kidney. But what I'm saying is this: smoke, that one is chimney. We know. You understand? But those that drink early hours of the morning. When I mean drink, take alcohol. Very early hours of the morning.
That's their stats.
Excuse me, that is worse.
The
breath is worse. Smokers, their own is still their life. It becomes their perfume. But smokers, you have not brushed your mouth. It's so early in the morning. All the needed or oral that you need in your mouth. the alcohol will first take
do you
it.
know that?
And by the time they open it, that one is even worse. I'm telling you, it's worse in the morning.
Do you know that
when they speak
do you
to
know
you,
that when you go out in the morning, you see all these commercial drivers and this thing,
that is
they
it.
don't, you know, and you know you're talking to your passenger and your passenger is already like, what's this?
It's
But,
better you don't move
you know,
close to them when they are talking. Please give them space.
Please give them space. We are
Give
trying to
them
talk about
space.
general health and oral health. Watch out for
On
yourself.
that note, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has made today's program a success. Thank you for being there. To all our crew, thank you. We love you. We appreciate your good efforts. Our HOP for always standing here with us. We appreciate your support at all times. And please, you heard it. There are stylish ways you can actually have a good breath. Whether you have mouth odor or you have bad breath, you can always find a way around it. Before you open your mouth in the morning, try and hose it out. Just open your mouth gently and just let a little space come out. Do 2-3 blow through your mouth, in between your teeth and your lip, and then you can talk to someone. My name is Sirimeno Lori Adejoke Adubi David. I remain your humble girl. Have a beautiful day.
Okay, yes, tomorrow it's Friday as we'll be rounding up the week. Okay, we will be discussing youth and politics tomorrow. You know, there's a whole lot going on in the political scene, so we want to bring in the youth. Let's hear from them. Why are they not involved in politics? We'll get to know all about that tomorrow, where we'll be discussing youth and politics. Please, like I used to say, share those topics with loved ones. Don't listen alone. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can go back, you can watch it all over again. You know, turn on your Facebook and X notification so that you get topics like this. Those topics that we discuss on family and values are realistic things that happen to us. You heard from the doctor this morning, so please tell a friend to tell another friend. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful Thursday ahead. My name is Sirime Joy Abu. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. God bless you.